Hey, dude. Good morning. Welcome to the cave. This is really important to me, and this is very hard to say, but, you know, it's really shitty to see my dad, go downhill so fast. And, I think his choices 5 years ago had a lot to do with it because what was ever dormant in him from truck driving or being around stuff in the army, when you got a little certain something, it really brought that to the surface and made those genes, go 100%, like smash on the gas to something terrible. And so my kid knows that Grandpa is struggling. He knows that Grandpa's on the way out, and I try to be honest with him so that he understands the cycle of life. But last night he had like a breakdown, and he was crying to me because he says that he missed his mother. And I told him that, I said, that's not actually the correct thing to say, because you were 8 months old when she left. You don't even remember having a relationship with her. You missed having a mother. You're sad that you never had one, because you're almost 10 years old and all you had is your dad. And I told him, I said, man, I love you, dude. I'm here for you. I hug him, I comfort him. I say, man, have I ever not been there for you? And he goes, yeah, you have. But he wanted to know that, what she sounds like, what her voice sounds like. And I was thinking about maybe I have an old cell phone from 10 years ago where I might have a voicemail on there. I have to figure out if I can find a charger for it to maybe see if I can find that for him, because he deserves that peace. He deserves that peace, dude, to hear what her voice sounded like. And that's the most heartbreaking shit that I've ever seen in my life. Not being able to give him that. And I was so angry that she abandoned her child. I could not believe it. It's the most unnurturing, drug addict thing that you could do. And I know he loves his grandpa, and I know he's sad about what's happening. He sees grandma being all distressed because she's got to take care of him, and he sees me being stressed because it's my dad and it's his grandpa. So he definitely, there was something that happened that triggered him to kind of have an emotional breakdown. And I told him to dry his tears, and there's nothing I could do. And I told him, I said, man, I was married to her. Like, I was with her for half a decade, for 5 years. I mean, that's not a lot. Some people go through painful 25 years, 20 years, whatever, and then have somebody pull the rug out from underneath them because they're just not happy or whatever stupid bullshit that they wanted to give. Because I look at my parents, and I saw my dad's in adult diapers because he can't walk, and he shits in an adult diaper and pees in a cup, and he's bedridden. And I seen her change him like a baby. This is a man that I looked up to when I was younger, and to see that, dude, is probably one of the most heartbreaking things that I've ever seen. And my boy's not stupid, dude. He sees him suffering, and he knows that the time is near. And I try to comfort him the best I can, and I know it's gonna hurt him because he's already been to his mother's funeral, and and we're gonna probably at some point I have to bury my dad. And I wish I could just snap my fingers and make it all right for him, but that's how the cycle of life goes. You make choices, you deal with the consequences. You know, choices to get married, choices to take a certain something, choices to get in the car and drive somewhere. You could get in a car accident. I mean, I'm driving right now looking at what I'm doing and not looking at the screen. So, yeah, let's just say that, you know, be there for your kids. Be there for your family, dude. Take care. God bless.